catch up with these two larrikins. Hey boys. Yep. Josiah and Brad. Good morning.
Morning, how you going?
Yeah. Right, we're trying to get a bit of content for Matt. You've got to help me out here.
Right.
Give me some wise words and.
Well, you can watch the plane.
We've got a plane. He's coming.
G'day guys, welcome to the channel. It's been a little while since I've been in front of the camera, but you guys probably haven't noticed that because I did have a backlog of videos. I was away for about 3 weeks in total, had a few different things going up. There was a bit of a family reunion and appointments, things like that. So we tried to make the most of it before harvest is coming, and yeah, we're able to get a fair amount of time off, which has been a while since we got that. But while we were away, Johnny and Dad did take quite a bit of footage, so I'm thinking I might be able to get it all in this video, but it might be over a couple of videos of some of the bits and pieces that were going on while I was away.
Well, good morning folks. It's Peter back again. We what is it, a brand new day. Spring's on the way. Nearly, well, it hadn't sprung, but it's well and truly on the way. It's that time of the year where the canola has finished flowering. There's just the last little bits going on, but it's also grub time, and so we have an aircraft going over at the moment. I'll catch up with these two larrikins. Hey boys. Yep. Josiah and Brad. Good morning.
Morning, how you going?
Yeah. Right, we're trying to get a bit of content for Matt. You've got to help me out here.
Right.
Give me some wise words and.
Well, you can watch the plane.
We've got a plane. He's coming. Well, that looks to be going down very nicely. We've got heliothis problems with the canola. The moths come and lay eggs on the plant, on the pod, and then they grow and they eat the plant and then destroy it, or destroy the pod. And so if you get enough of them, you can lose quite a bit of your crop. So that's the reason for that. So what's the plan this morning, Brad?
I've got a kids interview for the school.
Yeah, righto. That can be good or bad. As I recollect those sort of things, that was always a bad thing when Mum and Dad went to visit the teachers.
That's it. It's always positive. It means the teachers want to talk to them.
yeah. Well, righto. Let's take that spin. Anyway, so yeah, more rain tomorrow, they think.
Yeah, more rain.
So what?
40 mils. So we'll try and finish our paddock jobs and get to the do our shed jobs. Yeah.
And we had 40 mil. What today is Tuesday?
Yeah, last Thursday.
Yeah. So last Thursday we had 40 mil again, didn't we?
Yep.
So it's
she's wet.
It's a bit of a struggle, isn't it, to get things done? But
it is.
Anyway, all right. Well, we'll leave it there, folks, and see where we end up with the next instalment.
Well, good day folks, it's a lovely day. I thought I'd just have a look at the beautiful scenery and maybe have a picnic while we wait to get rescued. Good fun in the black soil country. Stay tuned, folks. We'll get to Tiny Free eventually. So we made it up to Tiny Free. We've had a little bit of help from Mr. Jackson to get out of our bogging situation, and ready to get into replacing these oil hoses. I have Josiah hiding over there somewhere, and he's my offsider today. Well, let's get into it.
Well folks, it's Peter back again. We're just up at the development block, and it's one of those days where we expect to be rained out, but I'm hoping to get a couple of hours in of doing what I'm doing here. This little machine has turned out to be really helpful for this sort of job in particular. It's not too heavy. D11s are too heavy. You can't quite feel where your blade is. It's easy to scrape up dirt instead of rock. This is doing a pretty good job. Not perfect, but I'm just hoping that we'll be able to do a little bit better than what I am now. And as you can see, the teeth fill up with mud. So we've had so much wet weather that we just can't, it's not ideal at all, you know, we just can't wait for it to be dry. You gotta keep going. You gotta find a way to adapt, and even if you're not doing a perfect job, some job's better than nothing. You just, because if you sit around, well, you won't get out of bed. Anyway, we'll see how we go. See if I can fire up Tiny Tot first. All the fluid's been checked. Hello Rusty, how are you going this morning, mate? Oh, I better get the isolator. Come on, boy. Bit of throttle. She's an aftermarket cabin, and it does rattle, so we will hopefully try and get some silicone here and there and stop some of the rattles. Oh, there's one, just up there. Anyway, so here we go.
Well folks, welcome back. It's another beautiful morning today, and after the wild storm we had last night, crop's still looking good. We were going to do some stick picking today, but the ground is just a bit too wet now, and otherwise we were walking around with high-heeled shoes all day. So we think we'll go up to the hill and do some more maintenance work. Just been working on Matt's ute. He's been complaining about the four-wheel drive not working. I think I found the problem. This wire is corroded and busted off this switch here into the transfer case. So we've got another one. You can see right up here. And we've installed that, and now his four-wheel drive's working all good. So there you go, Matt. All sorted. Well folks, we're just back from our parts run. Picked up some goodies, got a new battery for Matt's ute, got some front shocks. They didn't have rear shocks, so I had to order them, so hopefully they'll be in tomorrow. Then we've got filters for our tractor servicing, and then ball joints and wheel bearings and all sorts of other goodies here for Matt's ute. So hopefully we'll get it off the hoist this afternoon and back on the ground. You can see we've got all the front end apart. There's found a couple of ball joints were squeaking and a bit worn out, and also we needed to repack the wheel bearings, but on inspection I found the hard facing is just starting to come off. Might not be very easily to see yet, but it is starting to come off. Also we found a rack end that's quite flogged out, so we're going to get a new one of them. There's the old ball joints. The boots are had it and split, and the grease is starting to come out of them. And here we go, we've got the other side apart as well. And here folks are some of the parts that we've replaced on Matt's ute. Just the wear and tear that these vehicles cop out here on these dirt roads. It's just very rough. As a result, things need to be replaced more often. Well folks, we're back up at the hill and harvest is around the corner soon. So we're going to get some maintenance jobs done today. We've got the old Chamberlain here. Got it running at the moment to warm it up, because we're going to do a service on it and give it a little bit of love, so it'll keep us going for a harvest hopefully. Well folks, this is a good reason why we do our maintenance before harvest begins, because we found we have a fuel leak coming from these washers that were underneath these hoses here, and also we noticed right down in there there's a little nick in the washer, and when I had it running it was spraying fuel out. So we'll get this back together soon and give her a test, and she'll be all good for harvest. Looks like we've had a win with the old Chamberlain with the fuel leak. As we can see, nice and dry now, so we'll take that as a win, this one. Over there we have Josiah doing the service on the Versatile too, so he's getting this one ready as well for harvest. It's going to have some mother bin duties again this year I believe, and hopefully we have a bit more luck with this one this time. it gave us some issues last year, so hopefully with a bit more maintenance and preparation, we should be on top of things. Just an update on the versatile service and that. Got Josiah giving it a wash down. As a nice clean tractor is much nicer to work on than a greasy oily one. We've got the new pressure washer here and going hard at getting it all clean. So here we are again. Looks like we've got Josiah inside the silo giving it a clean out. Have a fun farm job getting ready for another big harvest this year. Now it looks like we're finished cleaning the silos now. One more job off the list while the boys are away. Yep. Nice and clean, ready for this harvest. What turned out to be just a service on the auger is turning a bit more suspicious. We found metal in the bottom part of the gearbox down in there, so we're going to pull her out and assess the damage to see whether we need to replace it or just overhaul it. So we've got the gearbox out of the auger up here, and as our suspicions were correct, that's all the oil that was in it. Not very much. And as we can see here, that's metal from the bearings. So again, it's all black and messy in there and all corroded in here, and some hard facing going on the bearing cones. And also, this is the bearing that we believe has failed the most, but they've welded the end on. So we'll have to do some more investigating later. And then again, that's like was a rust washer, but nothing really left of it now. And again, more hard facing going on the teeth and some pitting and chunks coming off. And same with this other matching gear. But anyway, we'll see how things go and when we get back to this job. Well, good day folks, welcome back. We got the old comma in here today. Just getting it prepared for harvest. She's mainly a backup truck, but if one of the others go down, at least we've got a spare. And she had a bit of a list of things to do on it. We've had to put a new intake pipe on it down in there. So we've made up a new one for it out of metal, so she'll last a lot longer, and we have to replace that air valve up underneath the dash as well. Just a few maintenance jobs. As we can see, the old air pipe, she was just a little bit had it, and yeah, we don't really want to dust it too much more. But anyway folks, we'll sign off and we'll see what Matt can do with this content.